How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and as you guys can see, for today's video we are gonna take a look at the Corsair Hydro H115i Rgb Platinum AIO cooler. So starting off with the pricing for the 280mm H115i, it is retailing for around $170 on Amazon or 2,500 Rand on Rebeltech here in South Africa. But you do also get the smaller 240mm H100i Rgb Platinum that is going for around $160 or 2,000 Rand. Now, I've been using the Corsair H100i V2 in my main system behind me for the last few years now, and it's just crazy to compare the new one to the H100i V2 because this new H115i is just so much smaller but still delivers very good performance. The pump head has a square shape and again is much smaller than the previous versions and has more of a black and silver design. And then of course you do get some really awesome looking RGB lighting. So for the lighting, you do get 16 addressable RGB LEDs on the pump head that you can control with a wide variety of effects and colors using Corsair's IQ software, which we will check out a bit later. Now underneath you do get the copper base plate and the super easy and awesome mounting brackets that you just slide out and then slide the other ones in, whether it's on the AM4 socket, 1151, whatever, even on a TR4, it works on all of them and it's really simple to use. No need to unscrew anything, just pop it out and pop the new ones in. One of the cool features that I like with the H115i is that all of the connectors are connected to the pump head itself, so no need to have any additional Node Pro or Commander Pro controllers and just bulky stuff to connect everything to. Everything is connected to the head itself. So you get your PWM to control the pump, SATA for power, 2 fan PWM connectors, and then 2 RGB connectors for the fans. Now, as for controlling everything, again, you can just do everything through the software, but you will need to connect the micro USB cable to the pump head and then to the USB header on your motherboard, which allows you to link everything up. Now, as for the tubing, they are quite a bit thinner than comparing it to the H100i, but it does not really affect performance as much, as we will see later. The braided tubes are connected to the side of the pump head, which allows you to swivel it around a bit, and then combining that with the very flexible tubing makes for really a simple installation. Then just for the radiator, it is made out of aluminum and it does again support the two 140mm fans and has a standard 27mm thickness. The fans are Corsair's 140mm ML RGB Pro fans with 4 addressable LEDs and speeds ranging from 400 all the way up to 2,200 RPM. That pushes around 55 cubic feet of air per minute. As for fan noise, I tested it in my Corsair 500D case with the side panel open, where it did actually stay pretty quiet until you push it over 1,500 RPM, and then it gets really noticeable at over 2,000. Now, moving on to the cooling performance, I used the H115i on my 8700K overclocked to 5 GHz on all 6 cores at 1.3 volts in a hot African summer with no aircon. Also, I used the stock thermal paste that was pre-applied to the cooler and tested it in the 3 modes in the IQ software, in quiet, standard and extreme, also in idle, gaming and under a Blender workload for all the different scenarios that you might use it in. So in a quiet mode, we reached a max of 76 degrees at 1200 RPM. On balance, 73 degrees at 1700 RPM, and then 71 degrees at the max 2150 RPM. Then finally, just for the IQ software, again, you can link all of your Corsair RGB components together for an awesome in-sync lighting show. And again, there are a bunch of different effects and colors to choose from. Also in the software for the H115i, you can control and edit the fan speeds, add your own fan curve if you wanted to, and then even turn off the fans completely for a dead silent system. You can also set alerts like when your CPU temperature reaches over something like 70 degrees, where the entire RGB lighting will light up red to notify you. Also, you can set to launch a program or even shut down your entire system after a few seconds just to keep your system safe. So in conclusion, just like always, Corsair's all-in-one coolers performs as well as ever and looks damn nice to boot. It is a bit pricey, but for the performance and that you do get two 140mm RGB fans, that's already pricey on its own, it's not actually that bad. But if you do want to save a few bucks, you can go for the non-RGB variant and get the same performance. Or if you don't want to go for the 280mm, just go for the 240mm version. So that's pretty much it for my review of Corsair's H115i Rgb Platinum all-in-one cooler. A big thanks to them for sending this model out for a review. Also, if you guys want to get one for yourself or the 240mm equivalent, I will leave all of the links in the video description where you can pick them up on Amazon if you live overseas, or Rebel Tech if you live here in South Africa. But now, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.